going to win. We're going to win all the way. We're going to win at everything we do. So happy New Year, and let's enjoy the next year, and then we're going to enjoy the following year, and then we have 4 more, and everything is going to be so beautiful.
That was President Trump yesterday, ringing in 2019, vowing to make it another winning year. So what does he need to do to drain that swamp and fight the establishment? Fox News national security strategist Dr. Sebastian Gorka is a former deputy assistant to President Trump and the author of Why We Fight. He joins us now this morning. Doctor, happy 2019. Thanks for being here this morning. Up nice and early. We appreciate it. So as you look forward to 2019, as someone who knows the president's thinking, the inner workings of the White House, what needs to be done to further implement what the president was elected on?
I think there's 2 big issues or main objectives that the president has to focus on. Number one, he has to make it clear that the wall is non-negotiable, despite the fact that now the lunatics will take over the asylum in the House as the Democrats, people like Maxine Waters, become chairpeople. That means he's not going to get the requisite funding he needs from Congress. So he needs to continue to reprogram monies from the defense budget, because this is now a national security issue. Secondly, there's a saying in Washington, and it is very, very true, that personnel is policy. We've had people leave the White House. We've had people from the cabinet move on. He needs to create more MAGA-driven people inside the building. He has to have people who are loyal to the MAGA agenda, the Make America Great Again agenda, come into the building to support him. And people like Mick Mulvaney need to stay as chief of staff, not just acting chief of staff. If he does those things, we can survive the next 2 years of insanity in Congress.
Doctor, let's dissect both of those briefly. So you talk about the wall. So are you downplaying the significance of this shutdown fight for the money in the budget? Or are you saying even if he gets money in the budget, there's money to be had in the Defense Department budget to repurpose as well? What's a win look like there?
I think it's the latter. I think, you know, the $5 billion would be great, but right now, if you look at the amount of people that are coming across the border illegally, you look at the arrests that ICE is making of MS-13 members, you look at the fentanyl threat, we had more than 60,000 people die of overdoses last year. That's multiples of everybody who died in the Vietnam War. The southern border is a national security threat. So irrespective of what happens with the shutdown, we need to use defense appropriations to keep building the wall.
So, Doctor, you said it right. Personnel is policy. So the chief of staff role, the attorney general, the secretary of defense, you feel like this president is looking at people not just who have the qualifications for the job, but are they truly faithful to implementing the agenda, as opposed to trying to save America from what the president wants to do?
Yeah, I think it goes even lower down than chief of staff and cabinet level. One of the reasons I resigned in 2017 from the White House is at that point, with people like H.R. McMaster and others, there were very significant personnel inside the building who simply were not on the Trump train. They may have had certain, you know, career reputations, but they weren't there for the reasons we were there. Those are the kinds of individuals. That's the yardstick the president needs to use. He needs to have people who are not just patriots to America, but loyal to the agenda that put him in the building. Then we'll be okay for the next 2 years.
So, Doctor, we talked a lot about it. 2018 was a big year for accomplishments, from the Iran deal to moving the embassy,
yes,
to scrapping TPP. I mean, a lot of things. Are you bullish about 19 and getting things done in that year?
Look, with the arch deal maker in the building, absolutely. And as the president has said repeatedly, he's not going anywhere. He's going to be there for another 6 years. So we need to take a deep breath. We need to be more circumspect about what's possible and what isn't with a Democrat-controlled Congress, or at least the House of Representatives. But no, he will never give up on America. He'll never go soft on his promises. And the other thing is, he'll never go neoconservative. So, yeah, have faith, but it's going to be a bumpy 2 years, but it's okay. He's the president.
Dr. Gorka, happy 2019. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Happy New Year.
You got it.